Today, we're going to talk about sports and games. Why are sports and games important? Are there any benefits to it? Sports and games play an important role in helping us relax. We get good exercise by getting involved in these games. It's good for bones and muscles, it gets fitter. You're mentally and physically fit when you get involved in these games. You're able to even think better. Your mind is active when you play games. When you get involved in sports and games, it also helps build your leadership skills. It helps build your character, and you get lifelong skills by being part of a team. Because you talk with others and you interact socially, you learn to play as a team and you learn how to work together as a team. It helps you be a better leader, you're able to take responsibilities, and the most important thing that you learn is perseverance. Perseverance is trying again and again in spite of all the challenges you face. You don't give up. All these skills are helpful in other areas of your life as well, especially when you face challenges. Now let's talk about team spirit. Are you familiar with the word team spirit or sportsmanship? It is basically an attitude that you have, a willingness to cooperate and work together as a team. So when a team has the right team spirit, or when a person plays with the right team spirit, they consider others more important. They play together as a team. They have one goal and they focus towards that goal and plan on reaching that goal as a team. You enjoy the success of everybody. You learn to take criticisms in the right way. So next time you play a game or you're involved in some sports, try to have the right team spirit. That will help all of you play and enjoy the game better. Now let's talk about team leader or a captain. Have you been a captain earlier? Do you know someone who is a captain? There are certain qualities that are important in being a right captain. A captain needs to be honest. A captain needs to inspire the team. A captain shares his leadership by delegating. A captain is willing to take the responsibility for the loss, and a captain is willing to share the stage when they win as a team. Can girls play like boys? In the earlier days, in some countries and some cultures, not all girls were allowed to come out of their houses. Today, things are different. All the sports and games are played equally by men and women. In fact, most of the sporting events have a separate team for men and women at the national and international level. Some sports like badminton and lawn tennis have a special category called mixed doubles, wherein men and women play together as a team. Now let's talk about the different kinds of games. We have indoor and outdoor games. Indoor games are games that are played inside, like chess, carom, ludo, and other games. Outdoor games are games like cricket, football, basketball, where you play the game outside. Now let's talk about national sport. National sport is usually the most popular sport of that country. Do you know what is India's national sport? Hockey. That's right. Now let's take a look at some of the countries and their national sports. For USA, it is baseball. The national sport of Japan is sumo wrestling. Bhutan has archery as its national game. Do you know which country has football as its national game? Brazil. There are also international sporting events like Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, the Olympics, which call for all the countries to come together and compete with each other. National players are those players who represent their country at these international events. Do you know any national player? I can think of Virat Kohli. He plays cricket for India. How about PV Sindhu? She plays badminton for India. They are national players. What are local games? Games played in a particular region or area are called the local games of that area. Local games usually reflects the culture and tradition of that area. Let's take a look at some of the local games played in our country. This is Kabaddi. Kabaddi is a popular game in many parts of our country. Most of you would have heard of PKL, Pro Kabaddi League. It started in 2014 and it became a huge success, especially among the young people and children. Kabaddi is also part of the Asian Games and it is now an international sport. Do you recognize this game? This is Kho-Kho. Have you heard of Kho-Kho? It's a popular tag game played not only in India but other parts of South Asia as well. This is boat race. Boat race is held at various places in Kerala. It is an exciting part of the Onam celebration. This is wrestling. Wrestling is also known as Kusti and has a long history in India. In ancient times, kings sometimes did not go to fight battles, but instead they would send their champion wrestlers to engage in a match. Let's talk about martial arts. What are martial arts? It is a form of fight. It had its origins in Asia and today it's used across the world for health, self-defense, fitness and other things. Taekwondo, Kung Fu, boxing, Judo are the more famous ones. Have a look at some of the martial arts of our country. I want to talk a little bit about breathing. Breathing is a very good exercise that is important for anybody involved in any of these sports. Breathing is when you take in oxygen, you inhale and you exhale and you give out carbon dioxide. We know that oxygen is very important. Oxygen burns food and gives energy, which is very important for any sportsman or woman. So, it is important to practice breathing exercises. When you breathe, breathe through your nose. Nose has tiny hair and a sticky fluid called mucus which acts as a filter. It stops the dust particles from entering your lungs. So, you can learn more about breathing and breathing exercises from your parents or from your teacher. You can also look up videos of breathing exercises that you can find on YouTube under your parents' supervision. You can find this lesson, Sports and Games, in your textbook from page numbers 120 to 129. Read the lesson and answer the questions given at the end. Here's an activity that you can do. Try to learn a couple of breathing exercises and practice it regularly. You can take the help of your parents. Bye-bye.